Let's start. I'll right away share these slides which have all the shlokas. Om Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smarahare Gangadhare Shankare Sarvair Kantakarna Vivare Netrotha Vaishwanare Nanti Tvakrita Sundarambaradhare Trailokya Hare Mokshartham Kuru Chitta Vrittimakhilam Anyaistu Kim Karmabhihi. Om Namah Shivaya. Apara Satchit Sukhavari Rashir Yasyor Mimatram Bhuvanam Samastam Guhahitam Tam Ramanam Gabhiram Chintavihinam Radhichintayami. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. In this webinar 301, we are going to take a quick overview of this composition, Shri Arunāchala Pancharatnam. Pancharatnam, 5 gems, 5 jewels of verses, and it is in praise of Lord Arunāchala, Lord Shiva in the form of the Holy Mountain, also called the Red Hill, and as all of us know, we are blessed to have this manifestation of Shiva in our own Tiruvannāmalai in Tamil Nadu. Arunāchala, Achala means hill, and Aruna here can mean red. Shonāchala sometimes is the name used. This is a composition by Shri Ramana Maharshi himself, and being a champion of Jnana Marga, there again Vichara Marga, Bhagavan Shri Ramana Maharshi goes straight away into certain nuances of self-enquiry in this hymn. While praising Shri Shiva in the form of Arunāchala, he then describes the way to go about self-enquiry, culminating in the erasure of the ego. In a sense, this Arunāchala Pancharatnam resembles Dakshinamurti Stotra. In the sense, Dakshinamurti is Shiva, and you know that the 10 shlokas of Dakshinamurti Stotra do not go into the form of Shiva, the sports of Shiva, how he had saved this devotee or protected that bhakta. No, the Dakshinamurti Stotra goes headlong into Vedanta. Likewise, Arunāchala Pancharatnam goes fully into the science of self-inquiry, self-observation, self-awareness, and all of them leading to self-realization. So here we have Arunāchala Pancharatnam. Many of you know there is Meenakshi Pancharatnam, 5 jewels of verses on Mother Parvati, looked at as Meenakshi. Udyadbhanu Sahasrakoti Sadrisham Keyuraharojvalam Bimboshtim Smitadanta Pankti Ruchiram Pitambaralankratam Vishnu Brahma Surendra Sevita Padam Tattvaswarupam Shivam Meenakshim Pranatosmi Santatamaham Karunya Varanidhim. And like that, there are 5 verses. Meenakshim Pranatosmi. Here, Arunachalam Pranatosmi, though that word doesn't appear here, the spirit of this hymn is I bow down before Lord Arunachala. And then Arunachala is described as the one who helps devotees, who helps seekers turn inward, control their senses and mind, and inquire, who am I? Look for the source of this limited self or the separate self. And when you look for the source of the separate self, you are in for a very pleasant surprise. The source is non-separate. The source is all-pervasive. The source is non-dual. While the little self that rises in us has all kinds of problems. It is ever restless, ever insecure. It hurts others and in the process hurts itself more. Ahankara is a big problem. It's a thorn in the flesh, we may say. Arunāchala Pancharatnam, therefore, on one hand is praise of Shiva, on the other, praise of the pure self. For the pure self and God and Guru are said to be one and one only, appearing in 3 forms. As the invocation stanza of Dakshinamurti Stotra goes, Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. It appears as Ishvara, it appears as Guru, and it appears, or it is, one's own pure self. All this may be hard to believe for most people. They may think it is all indulging in some kind of poetic sentences, but one rare soul like Ramana Maharshi, Nisargadatta, and so on, once in a while they see the truth of those statements. This duality, others and I, or in this I itself, oh, how good I was in olden days. Now I have got into degradation. I have deteriorated. So a good I and a poor I and an I that is getting a little better, all these notions come up in our mind. There also there are therefore so many I's. I1, I2, I3, I4. How were you when you were in high school? And how were you in the early years of your marriage? How were you when you became a mother? How were you after you joined an ashram? How are you now? So you may answer, I was such and such, then I was such and such. Progress, regress. Oh, the separate I has a very long story. Separate I has so much that can be talked about it. The pure I, the true I, is without any such rise or fall. Therefore, we are in for a certain understanding of the pure self in this Arunāchala Pancharatnam. Like in Dakshinamurti Stotra, you get to know Brahma. Here in Arunāchala Pancharatnam, you get to know, call it Brahma or call it Atma. Without any delay, I will go into the 5 verses, Pancharatnani, and the first one is a humble prayer. Karuna Purna Sudhabdhe Kabalita Ghana Vishwarupa Kirana Valya Arunāchala Paramatman अरुणो
Arunobhava
भवचित्तकञ्जसुविकासाय. There are a couple of tunes for this. I sang in my own way. Every day Ramanashrama in Tiruvannāmalai has this Arunāchala Pancharatnam sung, maybe more than once, and it's available on the YouTube too. They have a wonderful tune, wonderful raga to sing this composition. The meter is said to be Arya Giti, as an additional sixth verse spells it out, and it's not a very easy meter, but Bhagavan Maharshi Ramana put it in this particular meter. Karuna Purna Sudabde. Abdhi means ocean. Sudha means nectar or ambrosia. Ocean of nectar, full of compassion for all living beings. We walk one step towards you, you surely come 10 steps towards us. You do not reject anybody. It is people out of their own delusion that they keep away from God. If somebody on a cold night keeps away from fire, should we blame fire when we see him shivering? He went away. Even when some friends said, "Go near fire, you will get warmth," he made face at them and went in the opposite direction. Like that, large numbers of human beings live in so much suffering. If only they walk towards God. If only they take some spiritual practices. Don't worry about quantity. For 5 minutes every 3 hours, leave everything that you are doing, sit and do certain prayers, certain japa, certain spiritual practices, certain breathing exercise, and get back to work. And in another 2 or 3 hours, again do a well chosen exercise. Then you will find all these works. Don't be just a talker. Don't be just writing articles. Don't just explain everything to others while you yourself may not practice. Then very soon life will teach lessons to you. Karuna Purna Sudabde. Maharshi Ramana has no trace of doubt in his mind that God principle, Arunāchala here, is all compassion. There is not a trace of negativity in God. And in the second pada of this Arya Giti, where the four padas have a certain mathematics of their own in terms of syllables, in terms of the structure. The second one is longer, we see. Kabalita Ghana Vishwarupa Kiranavalya. You are one of Rupa, of such form, this Ghana Vishwa, this solid, huge, impressive Vishwa universe is Kabalita, is swallowed by you. You are one who has swallowed this thick and vast universe. How did you do it? Kiranavalya, through your rays of light. When the sun of Jnana Surya rises, where is the Vishwa? Where is the world? There is only God. Therefore it is said, Drishtim Jnanamayim Kritva Pashyed Brahmamayam Jagat. If your vision is imbued with right seeing, then this whole Jagat is Brahma. Drishtim Jnanamayim Kritva Pashyed Brahmamayam Jagat. Ajnana, ignorance is the culprit behind all our suffering. Therefore, Maharshi Ramana makes this prayer for not so much for himself, it is to help all of us use such thoughts, use such ways of thinking and feeling so that God blesses us. Arunachala, Paramatman, all this is calling out. Karunapurna Sudabdhe, calling out. All these are Sambodhana Vibhakti. Kabalita Ghana Vishwarupa, again Sambodhana. Arunachala, oh Shiva in the form of this red mountain. Paramatman, oh Supreme Self. Aruno Bhava. Another meaning of Aruna, the word Aruna, is the sun. So in the fourth line, Aruno Bhava means become the morning sun. Especially the morning sun is called Aruna. Become the morning sun, and once your rays fall upon me, I was like a lotus flower's bud which had not opened. But once your rays fall upon me, once your compassion, your grace touches me, I will blossom. Chitta Kanja. My mind, my heart is like a lotus. Alas, it's not opened. Suvikasaya. For it to open, you become the sun and send your rays towards me. When you will it, when you wish it, when you desire it, my journey becomes most smooth. What I want will get realized, will be accomplished. And then in the second verse, Maharshi Ramana points out what Bhagavad Gita says at a number of places. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Sarvasya chaham hradi sannivishtaha. Hradi vishtitam. Hradi sarvasya vishtitam is a third form, and many indirect ways also. Gita talks about God, really speaking, being in our own heart, not far away. To imagine he is in Kailasa is the initial step. Do think so. He is in Kashi. Yes, do go to Kashi, have darshan. He is in such and such temple, such and such holy place, Kedarnath. Not wrong, not false, but they are lesser truths. The greater, the higher truth is God is in our own heart. That's brought out in the second shloka. Tvayi Arunāchala sarvam bhutvā sthitvā pralinam chitram hridyahamiti atmataya nrityasi bhoste vadanti hridayam nama. Tvayi, hey Arunachala, in you, O Lord Shiva, sarvam bhutvā, everything comes into being for a while. Sthitvā, stays and does things. The child is born, then the child grows, becomes a young man or young woman, then middle age, then old age. Many things happen. But finally, pralinam dissolves into the source. And that source is you, O Shiva. In you, this chitram, this whole picture, this whole scene, this whole movie of living beings rising and then going back to the source, all this happens in you. And you are in our own heart, Hridi aham iti atmataya. Maharshi Ramana doesn't waste time. Right away in the second shloka, he brings us to appreciate, to know, to take seriously, take cognizance of the sense of pure I in us is most precious. We do not see that sense of pure I. We are so caught up in descriptions of I lost over there, I won over here, I am handsome, but not as good looking as that person. I am rich. Millions of self-descriptions. But behind and beneath descriptions of the self, there is the pure self. Therefore, mystics and masters say to us, here and there take a couple of minutes off and stay with I am, period. I am, full stop. For heaven's sake, don't add I am this, I am that. That is the womb of sorrow. I am somebody for a moment may give pleasure to you. I am a member of parliament, one says. But next moment, he thinks of the prime minister. I am MP, but he is PM, way above me. Your heart sinks. You will never have true peace until all self-descriptions keep a distance from you, or you keep a distance from them. Do not fall a prey to descriptions of who you are, which are a mischief of thought. It is your mind which, based on some little pieces of information from here and there, pigeonholes you, puts you above some people, puts you below some others, labels you sometimes as success, but more often labels you as a utter failure, a lost soul, a confused guy, everything. It is the mind which does. Even as this whole tamasha, the show is going on, Maharshi Ramana says, behind all those thoughts, there is a certain light. You are that light. And if you notice that light within yourself, what remains is I am. The moment you add I am high, I am low, you are in for trouble. Let all descriptions at the most come into the picture in the right context. In a certain context, you are father of your son. In a certain context, you are husband of your wife. Don't say to your wife, I am your father. You are not. You are her husband. Don't say to your child, hi, dear, I am your husband. You are not the husband of your child. Then what are you really? Really, you are neither husband, nor father, nor anything else. You are pure consciousness. This is not play of words. This is what is made clear and clearer in Vedanta classes. Maharshi Ramana says, as the pure I, defying all description, O Shiva, you dance in our heart. Nrityasi bho. Bho is calling out. Nrityasi, you are dancing in the, you are shining. You are ever present over here. And no wonder they call you. God has many names. One of them is Hridayam. Maharishi Ramana was very fond of this word Hridayam. And he himself said, Hrit Ayam, this heart. Ayam means this. Hrit is heart. Hrit of Sanskrit and heart of English are one and the same. Hrit and heart. Therefore, lot of wisdom that Maharshi shared with people is rightly called Hridaya Vidya. In Ramana Gita, a whole chapter is devoted to Hridaya Vidya. To quickly mention something interesting from there, Hridaya, the pure self, is like the sun, and this mind is like the moon. Moon borrows light from the sun, right? Likewise, the mind borrows whatever energy it has from the pure self, the Atma, your true nature. Then begins the problem. Mind borrows energy from the pure self, and successfully makes us forget the pure self. Forget the pure self and dance to the tunes of the mind. We must not accept the mind in totality. It is a tool, and you must learn to stand apart from the mind. I am not the mind. Next time you feel a little depressed, say to yourself, today this mind has created a picture of depression. I am seeing it. I am the light that sees this condition of the mind. And another time you are in high spirits, then also please say to yourself, today the mind is in high spirits, makes no difference to me really. I am the same light, illumining, letting me know this state of the mind. Therefore, Hridayam is the truth. So all these help us to get a little clear about what we are talking about. There is a false I, and then there is the true I. And now comes the method of self-inquiry. How can a jiva merge in Shiva? The answer is through inquiry. What is this inquiry? The shloka goes, Ahamiti kuta ayatiti anvishyanta pravishtaya ati amaladhiya avagamya swam rupam shamyati arunāchala tvayi nadi vabdhau. With a nice metaphor. How a river which has flowed, which has been flowing for hundreds of miles, finally goes into the ocean, and pretty soon there is no way to distinguish the river from the ocean. The river merges with the ocean. Likewise, this ego in us, this separate self in us, has to one day merge in God. All spiritual practices are to expedite that. Maharshi gives his prescription in a certain language. Aham iti kutaha ayati. As we already said, maybe we are depressed at certain moment, maybe we are upbeat at another moment, whatever it is. This idea of I am so bad, where is it coming from? This idea on other occasion, I am so good, where is it coming from? All these are coming from a source, and rather than taking those concepts of I am good, I am bad, I am successful, I am a failure, rather than taking those concepts as real and getting into their details, that's the mistake we do. We go further outward, further outward. A lie, rather than being questioned, is accepted, and we want to know details of the lie. Somebody says, come, there is a big feast being served there. Come, let's go have the feast. It's a lie. And you have actually an idea that it is a lie. But then you wonder, what if it is true? Just not to miss the chance, you go with him. Then you find that there is no feast. The date was April 1st, and he made you an April fool. So, why did you go? Though a part of your mind questioned it, you silenced that question and you said, let me take a chance. There may be a feast. There was a joke that a father beggar said to the son beggar on April 1st. The son had forgotten it was April 1st. The father woke the son at 4 a.m. and said, son, get up, get up. You at least go. I have just come to know that a certain rich man in the other village is throwing a feast. And you start early because you need 3 hours to walk up and reach that rich man's house in that town, which is a little far. Really, father? The father said, really, please go, please go. I can't come because I can't walk that distance. The son freshens up and walks and walks and walks. 3 hours it takes to reach the other town, and he reaches the address of some rich man. But there is no sign of any feast. The security guards at the gate chase him out. Go away, fool, and so on. The son is very depressed, starts walking back. He doesn't get anything to eat. But now comes the best part of the story. As he is walking back, halfway as he is walking back, he finds the father also moving in that direction. He gets angry on one hand, but very puzzled on the other. Angry because this father fooled me. There was no feast in that other town. And puzzled because, but why is father also going? Having fooled me, he should just sit there at our house laughing. He's also going. So the son asks the father, Father, you fooled me, and I'm so sorry for it. So sorry because of it. Now, why are you going? The father says, After I sent you, my mind started saying, You sent him telling him a lie, no doubt. But suppose, well, in life anything can happen. In this world, anything can happen. Suppose there is actually a feast. I don't want my son to come back and say, Thank you for telling me that it was a great, grand feast. I don't want to take any chance. Therefore, I also set out. Foolish fellow. Anyway, we are not here to talk about foolish beggars. We are trying to talk about how our mind gets externalized. Anvishya antapravishtaya amala dhiya. Mala, dirt, amala, pure. With a pure intellect, through satsanga, through study, through spiritual practices, mind becomes pure. Never doubt it. Never doubt the efficacy of spiritual practices. If you trust Ramana, he has said in Ramana Gita, there's an expression in one of the chapters, Bhuyasya chitta shuddhaye. Various practices like japa and prayer and pilgrimage and snanam. Some people don't take bath at all till 11:30, 12:30. That's not right. Early morning, take bath and do some japa. There are yoga instructors who say, take bath and do yoga in the morning. Don't say, when I do yoga, I sweat and then some foul smell may come from my body. So I'll do all yoga, exercise, etc. Then take bath. Yoga instructors say, no, yoga is not a mere physical exercise. In order that you fully are aware of the movement of the body, you are fully aware of whatever is happening in your body and mind. You must be fresh. For that, you take bath and then practice yoga. What if I sweat and a little foul smell comes? Take bath second time. But don't reduce the effectiveness of yogasana, pranayama, etc. by postponing bath. It is said like. So, amaladhiya, bhuyasya chitta shuddhaye. Maharshi Ramana is so pragmatic. He doesn't talk some high philosophy that the ego is after all false. I tell you, you say you have sorrow, but I'm telling you, you don't have any sorrow. Come on. It's all your imagination. You are okay. Go. Next. That is foolish. Maharshi doesn't do. Maharshi recognizes that though the sorrow of the visitor is indeed imagination, the visitor is caught in that imagination. The visitor is in the clutches, in the kapimushti of the imagination. Therefore, something should be done. Therefore, he gives various techniques. He endorses japa, he endorses pranayama, he endorses prana vikshana. Calm your mind, turn your mind within. trust the teachings of books of morality. Not blindly, with some reasoning. How can it? Yes, now it makes sense. Yeah, my mind has to get purer if I think of Shiva. For Shiva is all purity. So if you think of something that is totally pure, you also become pure. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, take a white cloth and put it in a bucket filled with red dye, red liquid, and the cloth becomes red. Take another piece of white cloth, put it in a liquid of yellow color. The cloth becomes yellow. So dussanga makes us more and more impure. Satsanga makes us pure. Ahamiti kuta ayati. Kuta means from where does this idea aham iti, like I. This context is of the limited I. Notions of I didn't study enough. All my sisters did PhD. I went only up to BCom. I. So you label the I as some places lagging behind. Some places were rarely way ahead. So if you turn your mind inward and question, I don't want to go into details of this ego. I want to question the very genuineness, very reality of the ego. Then you will know the pure self. Swam rupam avagamya he Arunāchala shamyati tvayi. To say the ego vanishes into the pure self is no different from the ego, the troublemaker, vanishes into Shiva, Arunāchala. Tvayi, Arunāchala, tvayi shamyati. In Ramana's works, at least in the Sanskrit versions of them, the word shamyati comes at many times, many places. For all of us, in our egoistic living, are basically unnecessarily excited, agitated, jumping around. We are unable to sit quietly. Go here, go there. So, shamyati means calm down, calm down. Don't do anything because it came to your mind. If it's really necessary, do it. If something is not necessary, then sit down. There is much more important work to be done sitting down and watching your mind. Somebody said to me, every morning I want to meditate, but somehow I hardly meditate any morning. I said, what happens? You get up late? No, I get up at 4:30. Then what happens? What happens is 4:30 I get up and plan to meditate, but then I saw some clothes are lying here, some books are lying there, and the kitchen is not clean, and So I said, before I meditate, the house should be in order. So I go on doing that. By then it is 7 o'clock. I get tired also. I sleep once more for half an hour. Some such story. Let the house be in disorder. Get up, meditate for 20 minutes. Let the kitchen be in disorder. Let clothes and books and files and papers and this and that be spread everywhere. Yogasana. Do 15 minutes of yogasana. Then attend to them. We are not saying leave the house in that disarray. But the problem is you give so much importance to everything else, and therefore na shamyati, your mind doesn't become calm, more agitated. Like a river merges in the ocean, give highest priority to make your mind, especially the sense of separate self, merge into the truth of your existence, which is Arunāchala only. Fourth, त्यक्त्वा विषयं बाह्यं रुद्धप्राणेन रुद्धमनसा अन्तस्त्वां ध्यायन् पश्यति योगी Didhiti Arunāchala tvayi mahiyante. Here is one more piece of guidance. Don't say, oh, I have come across this. There's nothing special. There may not be anything special, but what you have come across at many places is what you have never done. You are very curious, very eager to. Eknath Ishwaran once joked, a man was walking and there was a little rock by the roadside. And on the rock there was something was written. He said, what is written on this rock? And there was these words. Push me, the rock is saying as though, push me, beneath me, you will find an instruction worth its weight in gold. Push this rock and take out that instruction in a sheet of paper. It's worth its weight in gold, it was said. So this man got very excited. Ah, and with great difficulty he pushed this rock a little bit, and lo, below there was a piece of paper. He grabbed it and opened it. What is that instruction which is worth its weight in gold? The piece of paper had this written. When so far, whenever you got all kinds of instructions, you never followed anyone, why do you need one more instruction? That was written on the piece of paper. So true. You may say, control your mind, let go of your, desire for sense pleasure, vishayam tyaktva, do a little breathing exercise, and with a restrained mind, think of God. What is new here? This is what I have read everywhere. Don't say. You might have read it at 1,000 places, but have you been practicing it? Until you really practice, this instruction will come to you again and again in every scripture. Stop just delaying things. So let go of mindless indulgence in sense objects. Maharshi says, whoever does it, not just talk about it, dhyayan, then meditates on God, didhitim pashyati. Dhyayan pashyati didhitam. Didhiti means effulgence, light. 99,999 people read and hear and talk so much. They don't do. They fall for temptations. One in those 100,000 people actually does, and then invariably that person sees the divine light. Didhitim Arunāchala tvayi pashyati. Then there is a word, mahiyante. This word has not been clarified by many. I had to myself ask just last week, a scholar, Swami Ramana Tirtha. I called him, or rather, I communicated with him, and he clarified based on some Vedic portion. Mahiyante, of course, it is possible to interpret it in several ways, but he said the best one is, don't take it as plural of mahiyate, labate, labete, labante, vindate, vindete, vindante. So mahiyate, mahiyete, mahiyante, you may feel tempted to take it like that. But he said, based on certain Rigvedic mantra and Sayanacharya's bhashya on it, and based on, there is a Vartika on Arunāchala Pancharatnam, there also some light is thrown on this. Considering several options, he said, take it this way. Mahi iyam te. Te means your. Mahi means glory. In Rigveda mantra, Mahi iyam prathivi, there is a mantra. This earth has all glory. So Mahi means glory. Mahi elsewhere can mean earth itself. But here Mahi is glory. Iyam means this. Te means your. O Arunāchala. This unbelievable transformation. A man or a woman suffering, finding himself again and again in yet another conflict, yet another heartburn. And lives go like that. But when finally he does what Shastras ask him to do, as described here, turning inward, meditating on Brahman and so on, then that same man who suffered apparently endlessly now is free of all suffering, totally free of any conflict, any agitation, any desire, totally free. And that's what is meant by he sees the effulgence outside him, inside him, around him. Isn't it a great glory? Isn't it something big miracle? Mahi iyam te, this is your glory. This is the miracle you perform. This is the blessing that you bestow upon people. Therefore, Mahi iyam te is a separate sentence praising Arunāchala. The last shloka now says how we must bring all the love in our heart to God. We must bring all the intelligence in our head to God. Things of the world do not deserve our love, our intelligence, or what we get in the world by giving our heart to it, to some work, some project, by giving all our head to it. For a while we enjoy. Later on we are thrown by the roadside. Therefore, love in your heart and intelligence in your head are best utilized when they are directed towards God. Tvayi arpita manasa tvam pashyan sarvam tavakrititaya satatam bhajate ananya pritya sajayati arunachala tvayi sukhe magnaha. If anyone completely offers arpita, arpana, completely offers his mind and sees you only everywhere. Somebody comes and slaps this man on his face. Of course, it pains, but very soon this man says, it was Arunācala's wish that someone come and slap. After an hour, somebody comes and garlands this man, gives some good food and so on. Again, the man says, it is Arunācala's wish that I get to be garlanded and I get this food. That is called tvam pashyan sarva akratitaya. In the form of the man who came and insulted you, in the form of the man who came and fed you and honored you. They are all different akritis, akaras. God alone is behind them. Bhajate ananya pritya. You adore, you worship God with such love, priti, ananya, it doesn't go anywhere else. Such a person, saha jayati, sukhe magna. Very soon he finds that there is no sorrow anymore in his life. Thus, in 5 verses, there is a blend of bhakti and jnana. There is light on self-enquiry. There are the essentials of spirituality given, presented before us. Therefore, Arunāchala Pancharatnam, beyond any doubt, joins a large number of excellent Vedanta works. It is a valuable addition to your personal library. Certain devotee called Daivarata, it seems, composed a shloka about this Pancharatnam. Pancharatna is over, but Daivarata wrote, Srimad Ramana Maharshi Darshanam Arunachalasya Devagira Panchakam Arya Gitau Ratnam tu idam Upanishadam hi. This darshana, this is wisdom, this is revelations. Devagira in Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is called Deva Bhasha. Panchakam, this set of 5 verses, is composed in Arya Giti. In Arya Giti becomes Arya Gitau. And this Ratnam, Pancharatnam, is on par with Upanishads. Do not look at it as you are an iota less than the Upanishads, which are most revered. This too deserves all that reverence. This is Daivarata's words, they say. In this way, we have taken glimpses of this Arunāchala Pancharatnam, and this can be elaborated on in various ways. That's how next month in Lonavala near Mumbai, I am holding some 5 or 6 classes on this in a residential retreat. One text of Shri Arunāchala Pancharatnam and another of out and out bhakti, Shiva Mahimna Stotra are being taken. All right. May Lord Arunāchala and Mother Apita Kuchambad bless every one of us. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Perhaps there are some questions or comments. Please feel free to ask or write in the chat box.
You're on the speaker. Oh, yeah. I was wanting to know the meaning of Pancharatnam for a long time, Swamiji. So, it's really wonderful to hear. And Mahimna Stotra is still so very precious.
I'm sure you have been chanting.
Yeah, but knowing the full meaning is really very nice.
Yeah. The Mahiyante was a bit puzzling.
Yeah, Mahiyante.
Yeah, Mahi Iyam Te.
Iyam Te.
Iyam is a pronoun. Idu. Iyam means Idu. Idu. Your glory. This is your glory.
Our camera is not working, Swamiji. Sorry.
All right. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's understood. Vishalakshama asked this question. Vishalamma, yes. Wonderful. Yeah, you have been reciting such shlokas quite a lot. One or two other comments or questions? Yeah. Jagan wants to say something?
So just that I was remembering about how this was composed by Bhagwan. It is understood that one day in the morning, Bhagwan was having a discussion, and it is believed that Kavikanta Ganapati Muni came and explained the nuances of Arya meter in the morning.
I see. Okay.
And on the same day evening, Bhagwan had composed these five shlokas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe
that
I've read, now I remember. I think I read it but forgot it. Yeah.
Yes, so I thought it would be appropriate to share that.
Sure. Thank you for adding that.
That composition that Bhagwan composed, just hearing the nuances of the meter in the morning, the same day evening, Bhagwan had composed this great.
So morning discussion was not about Arunāchala or these thoughts, but about the meter.
Arya meters of
Arya meter, yeah.
Kavikanta Ganapati Muni, yes, Kavikanta Ganapati Muni spoke about that chandas, and Bhagwan was hearing very patient. And by evening, this was ready.
That's nice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Munka Panchashati Karanaparacidrupa, Kanchi, Gurasimni. That's also same Arya
Oh,
Shatakam.
really? It is Arya.
Yeah. Karanaparacidrupa, Kanchi, Gurasimni, Kamapithagata, Kachana Viharati Karuna, Kashmirastavaka Karuna. It comes like that. That's
Oh,
also Arya. Arya Shatakam, which is called all the full 100 slokas in Arya. Arya Virtam.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Mukha Panchashati. Mukha Panchashati le.
Mukha Panchasati.
Mukha
Ah,
Panchashati. Composed by one
yeah.
of the acharyas of the
Yeah, yeah.
Kamakoti.
Oh, okay. I know. Someone recently gave me a copy of Mukha Panchashati. It's all on Devi, right?
Yeah, Devi. Devi
Yeah.
Kamakshi. Kamakshi. It's
That's
an
right.
Kamakshi.
Yeah. You are talking of this book.
Yes,
Mukha Panchashati.
very much, very much. First 100 slokas are Arya Shatakam. It's in
Ah,
Arya meter. Yeah.
right.
Very
I
nice
glanced at
slokas.
some shlokas.
Yeah.
It's quite a scholarly thing.
Yes, very, very nice
To
slokas.
Kanchi Kamakshi. Yes, yes.
Kamakshi. To Kanchi
It
Kamakshi.
said Shri Kamakshi Stotram.
Yes.
Mukha Shankara Virachita. Someone
Yeah,
called
Mukha
Mukha
Shankara.
Shankara.
One of the Shankaracharyas at the Kanchi Pita.
Oh,
I think it is
wow. How
Shankaracharya.
many scriptures we have in our
Yes.
heritage.
Yes.
All right. Does Mr. Vepa want to say something? Your mic is turned off. You may want to turn mic on.
Gita.
Sorry. It's very, very inspiring, and it's beautiful that it is so succinct in just 5 verses.
Correct.
You know, of course, many of his compositions are on Ramana Maharshi are you know
True.
are fairly brief, but this is even briefer.
Yes.
And it gets to the point, and
Yes,
it's
yes,
so
yes.
a good prod to do the right practices on a daily
That's the
way.
beauty. I also see that there is more than high philosophy. There are some practical tips in this.
Yes,
Any one of us can do it.
yes.
But only that willingness and somehow, we don't do many things which we can do.
You start with the
Logically speaking, suppose I have a book on the table. You ask me, can you lift the book? Yeah, of course I can. I lifted the book. Same way, can you for 2 minutes turn inward? I can, but I don't want to. So there are problems of that kind. Very strange human beings.
You gave a good reminder, Swamiji, to periodically do it throughout the day, even just for a few minutes, every few hours, to think of the Lord or to meditate, just for a few moments.
Right.
That's a good tip. It's a good tip.
Sure. Yeah. Especially from one task you are going to another task, let us say.
Yeah.
Take a 5 minutes break and do a short prayer or do a one mala of some japa.
Right.
If the mantra is long, just recite the mantra just 10 times.
Yeah.
Gayatri mantra is a long one. To do 108 times requires more time.
Right.
Whereas Om Namah Shivaya is a short mantra. So that's okay. We have all the freedom.
Yeah.
But a short break between two tasks. At home, at office, we go from one task to another.
Yeah.
Or if
And
you are
we
reading a book,
take,
after one chapter you read, before you pick up another chapter, do a short sadhana, can make a big difference.
a break to reconnect with God is a useful break. It's a great break because we are taking so many other breaks. We take a break for a cup of coffee. We take a break to get updated on news. So why not take a break to reconnect with God?
We have already do those for other things, not for God.
So many other trivial things. Yeah. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you.
Right. So may you explain Mahiyante once again, please? Yeah. Mahiyante is to be taken as Mahi Yam Te. Te means Tava. Tava Yam Mahi. Mahi is Mahima, glory. Oh Arunāchala, this is your glory. A man who was so worldly turns inward, and very soon he is able to behold that effulgence, that light. So this transformation which happens with your grace is a great glory of yours. So Mahi Iyam Te. Tava Mahima Iyam. Mahima also is feminine, I think, or maybe masculine in Sanskrit. So Mahi means glory, Iyam means this, and Te is your. Your glory this is. There are a couple of other meanings also given, and Swami Ramana Tirtha actually admitted that Mahiyante can be taken as plural of Mahiyate. He gave some example from some other text, but I think in some Upanishad or somewhere, Brahmaloke Mahiyate comes. Mahiyate is a single verb. Then, Labate, Labete, Labante, Vandate, Vandete, Vandante, plural of verb. But preferred, he finally sums up his answer to me. The preferred one is Mahi Iyam Te. So there is no plural of a Atmanepadi verbal form. All right, with prostrations to Lord Arunāchala, let us come to an end, bring this to an end, and we'll meet again next time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shivaya.